Hey everybody, how are you? Thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's my first live in a while, so I'm actually a little nervous, which is super weird. Um, Huge thank you to Jody and Nicole, who are my moderators tonight. They are online and ready to help manage the huge crowds that I know we're going to draw, right? Hi, Nicole. So tonight is going to be about, well, first of all, thank you guys for being here. And huge thanks also to the Higher Self channel, who, by sharing my videos, has really like helped increase my viewership. So I so appreciate them. And I appreciate all of you guys for commenting, liking, subscribing, sharing, all that stuff. There's been so much of that going on, and I really appreciate you. Hi, Shadow Keaton. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming on. Flex, nice to see you. I'll try not to be scared. I can't help it. Um, so, so what is going on here tonight? All right, so we're going to talk about the full moon that's coming up on the 19th and 20th. And then on the 20th is also the spring equinox. Hey, Jody. Hi, Cece. Um, it's going to be some crazy shit going on just because, first of all, it's been crazy anyway. I mean, I think we've all been going through it where pretty much everybody I knew yesterday was just like, I think I'm sick. But really, we were just like upgrading. It was really nuts. Hi, Kayla. Um, I myself, really have been going up and down and like really needing a lot of extra sleep and really needing to check my triggers when they come up and just like work emotionally on um trying to get to the bottom of them so I can clear them for good, and it really, every time you do that, for whatever reason, the energies are so supportive of clearing out that kind of triggery energy and just allowing you to raise your vibration so quickly. It's amazing. Hey, Anna, how are you? Good to see you. Um, so So I don't want to talk too long. I'm going to get started with the tarot. I use the tarot of what's it called again? Crap, I don't remember. This one, you guys know it. With these drawings, the wild unknown. Love it. So let me just quickly clear this deck right now. Ask Source Creator to take any energies that don't serve us up to Source and transmute them into unconditional love to be used for the upliftment of humanity now. Thank you. It's done. It's done. It's done. Okay. All right. So we're going to just go ahead and ask. My first question is, what is coming to fullness with this full moon? And if you guys come up with any questions you would like to ask for the collective, please go ahead and put those in the chat, and I will do my best to keep up with them. Thank you. So, yeah, I will do my best to try to keep up with those. I'm just asking for collective questions right now. I do intend to try to get to some personal questions at the end. Okay, guys? Also, please do like this video. I see a couple of you have done it so far. That'll help people to find it and jump on and spread the word. So please like the video and keep the chat going. Appreciate you guys so much. All right, what is coming to fullness with this full moon in Libra, which is happening the 19th and 20th? It's coming to fullness, which makes sense, right? It's the moon. It's growing to its actual fullness, and it kind of reminds me of like a pregnancy or something. And at the end, something is released, right? What is coming to fullness with this full moon, please? Hi, Katie. Oops, here's one or two. I'm gonna get a couple more. Hi, Fox Mama. Nice to see you. Okay. All right. So the first two that came out were this Daughter of Cups and the Five of Swords. Super annoying. So sick of seeing swords. However, um, you know what I'm really feeling here is like the sense of innocence with the Daughter of Cups that came up, which would be like the Page of Cups. And so it's almost like the release of the ego. It's almost like we have a better sense of reaching through our heart space. They're telling me right now to tell you about something that I do. It's called heart breathing, and I actually learned this at an animal rescue convention like a year ago in LA. And what you do is you actually connect to a person or animal. You just like feel your heart space grow, right? And you actually connect to them through it, and as you breathe in and out, you feel that heart energy go back and forth between you and that other person or animal. And it's really calming. First of all, it's extremely calming. It helps promote a sense of compassion and a sense of like empathy between you. And I find that even just doing that with a scared animal settles them down right away. I do this with people as well, especially because I feel that it connects you immediately in the 5D. So if you're looking to, Kayla, this is for you. If you're looking to connect in the 5D or be in the 5D, this is one great way to be working on it with people, because it brings you straight to that heart energy, which is the energy of the 5D. Okay. And I kind of am feeling like that is the way to start dealing with some of these conflicts, and ego struggles that are going on between people. Like stop, just stop, and like feel into it before you get yourself mentally triggered, because there's so much of that going on right now. It's totally nuts. Um, you're in a situation that makes you upset, put your hands over your heart chakra. It helps to calm and react in the best way possible. Yes, that is great advice. Um, so think about focusing on that heart chakra. Now the page is, it's almost like we're just beginning to really be able to master this at its full potential. You know what I mean? We all think we've been doing this so great for like so long, but I feel like this is just like the crack in the door. You know, this is just the opening. There's so much um ahead of us, and there's so much more that we can do with that heart energy. It is one of the most magnetic energies that you have at your disposal. It is purely positive, and it is clearing in itself. If you're just moving that energy back and forth between you and, let's say, your divine counterpart, which is how I use it, um, other than with animals, I use it with animals all the time. It literally clears that channel. It's amazing. It's an amazing thing. So try that, work on that. And the breathing itself helps to clear out energetic pathways. Let's see what else. Okay, so the Hermit also came up, and so it makes me feel like, you know, we're still getting some of this energy of like an internal focus, and that's a little bit about what this is. Like dropping down into your heart before you take the external actions is so important. And there's a degree of that, which is the internal focus. Now you're being led now, instead of by the external, you're being led by the internal. So I don't feel like this is a passive card at all. I do feel like um, I feel like a greater sense of courage, and a greater sense of like um, understanding, well-being, and stability coming from the inside, which is what we want. This is, again, almost like that heart light that turns on. Okay, and that's where we want to be. Again, if you want to be in the 5D, it is all about that heart light. Trying to think feel into if there's more that needs to come out with this. Just going to set this aside for now, because I feel like there is more, but my eyes were just drawn by these other cards. So the next three cards I have are the Hierophant, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Two of Pentacles. You know, we were talking in the last reading about some important choices needing to be made, and I kind of feel like we're still doing some of that. Um, the Hierophant in this deck, you see that like lightning bolt. And so it kind of reminds me of the Tower a little bit. And it's almost like, feels more like an omen to me or something. Like, not, I don't mean negative, but it just really feels like this is the clarion call, or this is the death knell of some kind of situation that we really needed to move on from. Um, this is like the choice that we have to make toward whatever it is that we know that we need to be going toward. I also feel like I don't feel like there's this stress of needing to make the choice. It almost feels very natural, with the butterfly showing up, and this symbol is almost always there in the Two of Pentacles. But for me, it feels like it flows more easily. Like this happens, and then this flows out of it. Okay. In order to complete this cycle, or to allow this cycle to move forward. So there is some sort of completion of a cycle. And in order to deal with it, we are dropping into our heart space. They're telling me this is very, very important, that we need to align our energies at this time with that 5D energy, because that is what is going to make, oh, okay, that's what makes this flow. If you are not aligned in that 5D energy, it could be a lot more difficult than it needs to be. Instead, it feels like it feels like spring, is what they're saying. It feels like a brand new life opening up. Um, Let me get some more cards here. Where'd my deck go? What'd I do? What'd I do? Here they are. Flex, you had a good question. How will this full moon affect manifestation? Let's do that one. How will this full moon affect manifestation? How will this full moon affect Whoa! All right, there's a lot of cards here. I'm going to take them, though, and we're going to figure it out. There is a shitload of cards here. All right. All right, so first, what I'm seeing is okay, so Four of Cups with the Six of Cups and the Fool. And with these cards, I'm really feeling like something that had become really difficult drudgery, kind of like no longer I feel a renewal in something that you feel like you have been beating a dead horse about, but you still know it's what you love, right? You still know it's the right thing. You've got deep roots there with whatever this is, whether it's a relationship, or I feel like for most of you, this is going to be a relationship. That tends to be how my readings roll. But not all of them. So it could really be like, getting revitalized or reinvigorated in a job or a career or something like that. But this is a new beginning to an old love. Let's put it that way. One that had kind of gone dry, sour, stale. Okay. And so now I'm like, well, the question was manifestation. Like, what are we even doing here? So let me just try. What I feel like is that you've been working on manifesting this, and you're going to get that like new start, that new beginning. It's coming through at this time. What else do we have here? I've also got the Three of Swords with the Three of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Okay. And so that feels so much like you have manifested this new beginning and this sort of removal and the cutting away of these really, like, what are the two cards that you never want to get? Like, everybody hates getting the Five of Cups and the Three of Swords. This is that guilt, shame, anxiety, heartbreak, all that really low vibrational stuff which lives in your heart and but keeps you tethered. This is really letting, I think, allowing that to go. And you have again been manifesting that for a while and creating this little doorway into the 5D. You can see the 5D through it, like it's literally right there. And I do feel like this, part of this has to do with the equinox more than the full moon, is that it's that doorway, that portal that you're stepping through to a greater, they're saying like a higher vibrational signature so that there's a greater ability to more easily manifest. You have been manifesting things and you are going to see some results. I will be very surprised if you don't see some results, okay? Especially because the final two cards are the Sun with the Empress. You have created that thing, that highest vibrational, most desired thing has been created in a very profound way when you get the Sun with the Empress. And so the point is then, your manifestation has been taking place all this time, and I'm feeling this is the equinox more than the full moon here, is allowing some of that to come to fruition in a very meaningful way. I don't like to set people up for failure by saying all your dreams are coming true, but something significant, I think, will come for each one of you, because these two cards are no shit. The Empress with the Sun, this is no shit, and it's something you have created, okay? And it's extremely positive and powerful and high vibrational. It's just like the yes card. This is like what you want, So this is beautiful. This is amazing. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, Cece, we're going to do some more personal questions at the end. So if I forget about it, type it again, please, at the end when I start taking the personal questions. Okay. What are we to release at this time? So this is everybody's favorite. What are we going to release? What are we going to work on? What are we healing? Hey, Amy. Okay. What are we to release? Ooh, at this full moon. This will not stop coming out. It's the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords. I'm feeling like, to me, it's almost feeling today like that feeling of uncertainty. It's almost like that inability to step forward, like you're still in your cocoon. You're still hidden in here, and you're going to be releasing this phase in your metamorphosis. I feel like this is that step forward. We've got the Fool that showed up. We have that butterfly that was showing up before with the Two of Pentacles. And I do feel like that's what this is about at this time, is like releasing that stagnant energy of hanging in your cocoon. It's not because you were trying to do it. It's because it's the right time now, is what I'm getting. I'm getting that, like, this is the natural process. And just like, winter becomes spring, it's the natural process now for you to bloom. And so we're releasing that winter energy, that energy of hibernation. And it could be that is why the Hermit came up as what is coming to fullness, what is sort of wrapping up, with this full moon, this Hermit energy. It could be that, as long as you're in that heart energy, you're going to be expanding and growing outward. But I feel like that heart space is so important when looking at this card. So this is, I feel like I said I'm coming out or something in my last reading too, and I'm getting that energy in a similar way, but in a more profound way. Let's see. I know that has been coming up forever, like for the last several weeks in these readings. 10 of Pentacles. Allowing your manifestations to come in their fullness. Allowing your dreams to roll in their fullness. Okay. I'm trying to think. I mean, the obvious like book meaning of this card is like legacy, like happy family, happy life, fully supported. And what I'm feeling is the universe is saying to you right now, you are fully supported in these changes. You are fully supported in the manifestations that you've created and are coming in now. Again, I really don't want to set anybody up for failure, expecting grandiosity, but there are a lot of important changes that are coming in for you guys right now. And they really are going to, I think, be important and be monumental in some way. Okay. This to me creates a new level of stability that you will then build off of to move even further. Okay. That's the universe has your back. That's the universe supporting you. The Magician. There you are. Having manifested all of this, having transformed within that cocoon, and as a matter of course, released yourself into a trust fall with the universe. I keep saying trust fall too. The last few days, I don't know if that's like building up to something. Like, I'm not even going to tell you. No, I'm not even going to go there. But let's just say that has been in my vocabulary for several days. I feel like this is a trust fall into the universe because you have created it and you are in your power. Okay. Trying to think of what else here. Let's see. Somebody else had a good question. Oh, Traveler. How would the people of this planet react to the changes upon them? How will the people of this planet react to the changes upon them? We have the Emperor with the 6 of Pentacles. I actually feel like this is extremely stabilizing energy. I feel like the changes that we have been going through are very destabilizing with the intention of shaking up anything that needed to be moved out with the energies that were coming in and cycling through us, allowing us through our heart spaces to access deeper levels of intuition and deeper levels into our subconscious to release some of that stuff that's been in there for a very long time. And I'm just getting that actually what's coming in is a more stabilizing and balancing force. Again, this is, what I just said, this is what is changing. What we're releasing here is our transitional period. And what we are coming into is this trust fall with the universe and coming into our own power. So I do feel like that is stabilizing and balancing with the Emperor and the 6 of Coins coming up. So that is a really, really nice energy considering what we've been through this last couple of weeks where it's been like batshit. I mean, everybody I have seen, not everybody, but a whole lot of people have, and myself included, have rightfully been getting through so much stuff in the subconscious. Pulling it out, dealing with it, not realizing it's from the subconscious, so freaking out, and then reeling it back in. There's just been cycles upon cycles upon cycles of that. So this is stabilizing, and I'm loving that. Let's see if you guys have some other questions here. Thank you guys for keeping this chat so active. I'm loving this. This is awesome. Let's see. Our thoughts create things, so let's shut out or take a break from media and just believe good things are coming. Truth always prevails. That is so true. And we do really create our realities because our subconscious minds are so freaking magnetic. Like they are so powerful that that affects obviously your conscious mind, and it creates your own personal reality. And that helps you to select the timeline that you are operating in. And the more people are selecting the higher timelines, the more powerful that energy is. Let's see. Amy, I feel that way too. Amy says, I've always been a historian, a lover of cultures, but I feel lately everything I believe to be true has been a lie. And it is very true. I do feel like the layers are being peeled away from our eyes, and we're seeing more and deeper into the things that we thought were, I want to say the word dogma, the things that we thought were true are not true in the same way that we thought they were. Let's see. How do we step more in alignment with our souls? Okay, that's a good one. How do we step more in alignment with our souls? Oh my gosh. I'm not sure if that was sloppy shuffling or they just flew out, but I think they flew out. Okay, what's this one? 8, 7, Son of Cups. This is going back to authenticity again. There are so many cards here. It's the Tower with the 2 of Cups, Strength, the 8 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, and the Son of Cups. And what I'm really feeling right here is really getting clear on what it is that you love and care about in your life, letting the old fall away and being really, really authentic about what it is that you want to keep in your life. That includes people who are not resonating with you, if they are, draining your energy, bringing you down. In any way, like being energy vampires. That's the feeling I'm getting. Like there are some people who still have some energy vampires hanging on, and sometimes they're friends and family members. And so it's hard to know when it's the right time to make a separation. But the thing is, it's always the right time to make a separation. That separation doesn't have to be dramatic. It can simply be that you need to set the boundaries. So you're setting boundaries about when or how you'll communicate with this person or whatever, or maybe that you can only be around them once a week. Other people would just need to be removed from your life, period. If they're abusive, if they are, hurting you in some way, then maybe they need to be removed altogether. This doesn't have to be a person, but to me, this feels like really honestly and strongly getting clear on what it is that actually you want to match your vibration. That's what I'm getting from this 2 of Cups within this question, is having the strength to see what is really in your future. Okay. And the stuff that isn't, it's time to just let it go. You've been waiting long enough. It's time to end this fight, to move, to catapult yourself forward into this heart-based living. Hard to see with this light the way that it is. Oh my God. Anyway. Anyway. I feel like this is you moving forward into your life with a sense of who you are, and the sense that you are going to demand that everything in your life raise up to meet you, that you will no longer be stooping down into the lower vibrational energies to match those people and things that no longer vibrate with you. They're either going to come up or they're going to go away. That's it. And that is how I think we are at this time being asked to more fully resonate with our life path is to get into your highest possible vibration and make sure nothing is bringing you down. With the Son of Cups coming up, which is like the Knight, even though the Knight of Cups can be like a little like not have a lot of direction. That's not what I'm getting from this right now. I'm getting that the direction is guided by your own authenticity. Okay. Let's see here. All right. The equinox opens a portal. That's what I've been told. I don't know anything about it. So if any other readers or anybody is saying anything about it, I literally don't know. That is just what they've told me, or my guidance has told me. How will this shift our perspective? So I'm going to switch to a new deck. I'm going to use the Spolia deck now. Let me just clear it really quickly. Any energies that do not serve us be removed, taken to the light, and transmuted into unconditional love, used for the upliftment of humanity. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Okay. So the equinox opens a portal. How will this shift? How would this shift our perspective? Sorry, I can't read my own handwriting. The equinox opens a portal. How would this shift our perspective? How will the equinox shift our perspective? How will the equinox shift our perspective, please? I just think I'm being a mess right now. How will the equinox shift our perspective? How will the equinox shift our perspective? They're totally telling me to chill out. I got so tense all of a sudden. All right. Wow. Okay. Wheel of Fortune with the Chariot. Wheel of Fortune with the Chariot. I don't even know if that needs an explanation. Like, to me, this is like there's this meme that I love. It's a dumpster fire floating down a river. Like, I kind of feel like it's that. Like, it's not that we're all dumpster fires. Okay, we are totally all dumpster fires, but they're good dumpster fires. This is us going gangbusters forward. I really feel like into what it is that we've been manifesting, B, supposed to be doing here. And yeah, tons of forward movement, Jody. Nicole, feeling a lot of energy. Yes, me too. Yes, Amy, it does sum up the whole freaking world right now. Like, this is how I feel. But it's amazing. Like, and I really feel the feeling of needing to let go of any need to control it. I guess control does come up sometimes with the Chariot. So let's just make that promise to ourselves right now, not to try to control it and to allow this like freaking out of control dumpster on a river. No, let's not put it that way. Let's let this out of control Chariot just pull us forward. I love also that the Chariot is being pulled by the black and white swans. And I always feel like that's a special message for Divine Compliments, Twin Flames. So let's really get into that energy of allowing, like, releasing control. This can be about letting your mind affect what you're doing, affect like what's in your heart. So I feel like there's a little bit of a message there about that as well. I think that's Jupiter. And I'm hearing that it's no mistake that Jupiter is in Sagittarius at this time, and that is really propelling us forward on this fated journey. So for whatever that's worth, it could be if we have any Sagittarians in the group that this is particularly strong for you. But I am definitely feeling this astrological event has played a major role in this forward movement. Okay. How else will this shift our perspective? How else will this equinox shift our perspective? How else will this shift our perspective? How else? Whew. All right, Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. New passionate beginning. It's like, how can you not, when you look at, I don't know where that card went, I'll never find it, but it was like the Three of Wands were all in a triangle and you could see right through it was like that rainbow, the rainbow bridge, or the rainbow like world of the 5D. And it's like we're shooting right through it on this chariot with our freaking wand of fire. Like, how it's amazing energy. Like, this is really swift forward movement. And we're coming out of a week when, I don't know if you remember, but there was the necessity to be resting at times this week, which I hope all of you got a chance to do. I know that I had to yesterday. I had to just like go to sleep for a couple hours during the day, and I never do that. This coming time is going to be very very active. I feel like a lot of new stuff coming in. So at some point these cards flipped. I'm not totally sure when they did, but I found them now. So I'm going to say that they are meant for us now. We have the Star with the Magician and the Eight of Swords. And so I feel like, to me, this is interesting because this is coming through for me in a specific way. Any kind of manipulation in your life, whatever has been manipulating you or holding you back, especially people. So there might be somebody who needs to hear this, that any people that may be holding you back at this time, I feel that this is divine intervention with this star card here. It's almost like you have a divine mother above, you know what I mean? Like the star, sometimes I really start thinking like the Blessed Mother, or like Isis, that kind of energy, like the divine feminine, basically. And it almost feels like it really feels like you have there's some kind of divine guidance on the feminine end that is intervening for you in some way. So maybe you work with the angelic realms, or maybe you have a family member who's passed away, or maybe you do work directly with Isis or Kuan Yin, or any of those, female um, ascended masters. That is what I'm feeling coming through here, is that the breakdown. So this feels like a situation you were not sure how to get out of, and that it was so deep and so manipulative and so like I'm feeling like you're shackled. You're so shackled. You didn't know how to get out of it. This is that divine intervention, that aha moment, that thing that is just blows it wide open. Okay, so it could be that for some people who are maybe not ready for this forward movement are experiencing this breakthrough, which honestly is also forward movement. So if you don't feel like you are currently free to like burst forward, this is coming in. Okay, some kind of illumination of manipulation and negative thought patterns and negative communications and negative relationships. It's just getting busted up now. It's got to go. It's time. It's done. That's what I'm getting from those. Let me see if there are any more questions in here. Amy, I love Ace of Wands too. That is one of my favorite cards. Okay. Let's see. How long have we been? Oh my God, we've been on for 40 minutes. Okay. I'm just going to go do a general what shifts are happening for divine compliments right now, because I know that is a big chunk of my viewers. And then I will take some personals. Nicole, I know you have something at 10 o'clock, so if you need to jump off, Jody's here, so that's good. All right, so I'm going to use the Tarot Muha for the divine compliments, and the star comes up again right off the bat. That's like, this is feeling in this case like a guiding light. This is like, again, with the heart light thing. It's almost like a new level of profound realization. Actually, what the fuck am I, excuse me, what am I talking about? I saw the star card when I looked at this. This is the moon. And it still feels like a new level of profound realization. It may be that it is the darkness coming to light. So I find that very interesting. They're both reading similarly to me, but it's like the darkness coming to light. It's a new level of revelation is kind of what I'm hearing. Let's see. I'm glad you guys like me because, okay. Let's see. Then you're coming out and starting to get energetic wings now. Yes, most definitely. Most definitely. A lot of people waking up. Okay, how is this energy affecting divine compliments? How is this energy affecting divine compliments? Wow. Okay. So right now we're on the Knight of Cups with the Eight of Wands. I've had the Knight of Cups come out before in this reading too, and in the last reading. What shifts are happening for divine compliments in general? This to me right now, I'm still pulling cards, but this to me right now, it does feel like communication. I find that so freaking annoying when people are like, communication's coming. And then it's like, I mean, some of those people didn't get their communication. But I do feel like even if this is on an energetic level, that it's like a leveling up for everyone, no matter where you are on that journey, on that path. It's a deeper heart connection. And they're turning me back to the heart breathing to think about, that kind of connection, that heart to heart, 5D type connection. For some of you, this may seriously be some kind of swift forward movement, or some kind of truth, coming through. It's not swords, but I feel like because we're talking about heart truth, and the truth of the emotional realms and the truth of the heart when talking about divine compliments, that may be the kind of truth that's coming through, whether that is internal realization for some of you who are feeling doubt or worry or fear with the Hermit coming up here, or whether that's coming in through actual communication, which shows up right here. Yeah, this kind of goes back to something I said right in the beginning. And that is that these cards, we have the Seven of Cups with the Hanged Man and the Four of Cups. And the energy that I'm like really extracting from this right now is almost like seeing with new eyes, seeing your partner with new eyes, seeing the situation with new eyes, seeing um, they're saying all of reality with new eyes. So it's not just this partnership that changes. And of course, we know like that's not the end goal. The end goal is ascension, right? But it's seeing the entire process and the entire journey and everything in your life through new eyes. And I almost get this sense of going, if the Four of Cups is like being totally nonplussed, then in this case, I feel like the Seven of Cups is almost being blinded by the light, okay? By the light of what is happening, by the light of your own existence, of the possibilities, of the insane and beautiful um, connection that is your divine connection. So I think that what we're getting here is just like just a new, I don't know, again, with the moon coming up here and feeling like illumination in the darkness, the way that light is showing up there, like this is some kind of illumination of what we might have been ready to leave it behind just a couple weeks ago. And now, it's getting like new, it just looks all totally new. It jumps forward, it has new energy to it. It's a new, I'm just trying to think of what I feel. It's almost like you left the past behind. Whatever it was, you are now living from your heart. Okay. I don't want to go over an hour, and it's about 40, we're at 47 minutes now. So let me go ahead and start taking some personal questions. Or if you have any questions about what I just read. So let me just check what's going on here. What are the deepest internal blocks I need to identify and release to make my current intentions manifest? Okay. Flex, what are the deepest internal blocks needed to be released to make his current intentions manifest? What are the deepest internal blocks for Flex that need to be released? I'm so hot all of a sudden. Deepest internal blocks that need to be released. I got the page of swords that popped out there, and I have to say, it almost feels like a fear of communication. I don't know. I don't know if that resonates with you, but that was like the first thing that came up when I looked at this card. It's like, and the second card that came out was the Lovers. It just really feels like there's this fear that it would all blow up in your face somehow. That somehow you or they wouldn't be I don't want to say good enough, but it's like that somehow it will not meet your expectations, or that you would perhaps not meet their expectations on some level. I don't know if that's resonating, but I'm really feeling that through these two cards. I think it's a worthiness issue, to be honest. And it's some kind of, shit, I am so hot. I'm going to take this sweatshirt off. I do feel like it's kind of deep seated, and they're showing me tapping. I use that a lot in my healing. If you've ever heard of emotional freedom techniques, that would be something to look up. You can tap on the karate chop point. You can tap by the inner eye, all kind of places. I tap just directly on the heart chakra a lot. Um, but I do feel like that will help you to release this very deep-seated. I think it comes from your childhood somehow. I think that's part of why the um, Page of Swords is showing up. So let me know if that resonates with you at all. Um, Again, it's something having to do with worthiness of the connection. Um, and feeling good enough, feeling capable even, okay? Let me know if that resonates at all or if I have totally missed the mark. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Amy. I love that. I really appreciate that. Yes, Fox Mama, I have absolutely had headaches the last couple days. Did I miss any other personal questions? Oh, any messages from my guides or angels? Monse Cruz. Messages from Monse Cruz. I'm sorry, I'm sure I'm saying your name wrong. Oh my God. That's not gonna work. If you're moving away from something or thinking of moving away from something, either physically or emotionally, it's a good thing. You're going to move into a much stronger situation, and it could be that it's something that involves a community or other people helping to support you. But I do feel like you're moving out of a difficult situation into a better one, which is literally what this card means, the Six of Swords. I also feel like that it is good to continue to rely on and strengthen and build your spiritual connection with your angels and your guides. Um, I feel like you might sometimes feel like they're not hearing you, but I feel that they do. And I feel like with this Three of Pentacles coming up here, they're asking you to continue to build that. And that they are a part of bringing you to this place that is better than wherever you were. Like whatever situation you were in when it was difficult, they're helping to move you forward. Like you are heard and you are co-creating with your guides and angels and source creator, or the universe, whatever you want to call it, a better situation for yourself. Okay. So that's very positive. Keep listening for their guidance and just know that they're there supporting you. Okay. Next, let's see. Oh, Flex, didn't expect the lover to come out, but maybe feel I messed up too bad with my twin to reconcile. I was kind of feeling with the Page of Swords coming out, it's almost like this feeling of I mean, it is kind of like that, it's like this feeling of not um that card to me will sometimes represent either immature behavior or like painful things being said, and I'm not saying you're immature by any extent, but that could be the feeling that you have within you and therefore it's blocking you. I do though feel like the judgment that you have of yourself because of whatever you think you did, comes from childhood. So I think the real wounding is in childhood, okay? And that's where you need to really pull and clear that wound out in order to and I think that pulling that wound out will actually clear the more recent one where you think that for whatever reason you messed up, if that makes sense. Um Am I on the right path? Anna, let's find out. So good to see you on here, Anna. Let me find out. Is Anna on the right path? I also saw it looks like something's moving forward with your new product, so that's exciting too. Hopefully that's still going on, but I thought I saw that like a week or so ago. Am I on the right path for Anna? Is Anna on the right path? Is Anna on the right path? Is Anna on the right path? Well, come on. Is Anna on the right path? Actually, I feel like I want this one. Okay. The World with the Five of Pentacles. And I feel like if you have been through in your life a cycle of poverty consciousness, and that doesn't mean actual poverty, but this is like the feeling of never being enough, never having enough, that is ending for you right now. And so I feel like, in the context of am I on the right path? Yes, something is going right for you, because whatever this poverty feeling or consciousness is, whether this is like poverty of emotions or poverty of actual physical money or whatever it is, whatever is most potent for you, you're bringing that in full cycle. And I feel like you're bringing a lot of different lessons with you. Like you've learned a lot. This is almost feeling like the wrap up of a karmic cycle. Like you have resolved whatever this is. So yes, you are on the right path. I almost feel like she's like voguing in this picture. So it's like you're wrapping it up with style, like you're just blowing it out of the water, Anna. So I think that's amazing. Let's see. What should my main focus be at this time? This is for Katie Juby. What should Katie's main focus be at this time? Oops. And Brooke, this is, or Amy Brooke, this is the Tarot Muha. That one. What should Katie's main focus be at this time? You've got this, not the Star, you've got Temperance. It's a lot of cards. Okay. This feels like, to me, like personal, internal balancing your water with your fire, if that makes sense. You've also got the Justice card coming up here, which is also kind of balanced. But this for me right now feels more on the external. So this to me feels like your internal. This may be if you're going through any kind of court battle, divorce, separations, leaving some kind of contractual agreement of some sort. That may or may not be happening, but I feel like this is internal and external balancing. So there's a lot of balancing that needs to be done, particularly when you're comparing your mental friction with your emotional heart. Okay, there's some of that challenging going on here. Okay. um, I do feel like if you can get yourself into balance, you've got the 10 of Cups coming out here. And so that is a positive, um, sort of fulfilling type energy that you will receive, but it really is going to take working on this balancing of that emotional and that mental. I feel like you might have an overabundance of the mental anxiety type energy, which is affecting your emotions, which is creating all kinds of like weird energetic stuff around you. So I feel like the process to getting here, which is where everybody wants to be, is get a hold of your thoughts first, okay? Once you realize what is real and what isn't, what is you have just created as a fear in your own head and what isn't real, then those will begin to affect your emotions in a more positive way, because you will realize that I'm creating this fear. This is my ego. This is my ego trying to protect me from something that doesn't even exist. That kind of feeling, okay? So I think that getting control of any anxious, or depressed type feelings in your head will help you on an emotional level, which will help you on the balance in the internal and the external, because the internal always reflects the external. Okay, it starts in the internal first and then it moves to the external. I hope that makes sense to you. Let's see here. Anna Zanka. I hope I'm saying that right. Is there any guidance for finding a purpose? Guidance for finding a purpose for Anna Zanka. Guidance for You are welcome, Anna Zanka. Ooh. You're going to need to take a rest. It could be that, like many of us this week, have really really needed to take that rest because of all these energies that are bombarding our physical bodies. Like I was getting that really strongly in past readings, that these are actually affecting us on a cellular level. Okay, it's not just spiritual at this point. It is our total body, mind, soul, everything. Everything is being affected. So I really feel like you do need to get a rest. I think you might have some toxic, it's possible you have some toxic people in your life. And I want to make sure that you're allowing yourself the time to clear that energy. And so if you have an energy clearing kind of routine, I think that would be important. If you don't, there are all kinds of, actually, even on my YouTube channel, I have different energy clearing, energy healing videos. So certainly check those out. Or anybody on YouTube, you can totally just, search that. But I feel like there is a real necessity to get some rest and also take a break from anybody who is toxic to you. I'm just going to see if, family, they can definitely be super toxic. And you're getting the card listening. And so I feel like that's listening to your body. I keep saying to different people, if you listen to your body when it whispers, you won't have to hear it scream. And so it's like, if you're getting the intuition that this is really draining you and tiring you out, it's so important that you listen to it, because that's real. That's your own body's defense. You have to listen to it and make sure you get that time away, set up those boundaries. If you did not hear the beginning of this recording, there was a lot coming up about setting boundaries with like energy vampires. And I feel like that's kind of your situation there. Okay. I hope that's helpful. Let's see. Oh, Palestine. Yes, I was in Palestine in 1998 and 99. And yes, it was a very, difficult situation. That is a very, very frustrating situation, Amy. Let's see, Emily, finding it so hard to let go and keep experiencing pain and heartache so much that I feel it in dream state. Any advice from my guides to help me get through and heal to move forward? Okay, advice for Katie DeLuca for emotional healing, healing of grief. Katie DeLuca, advice for healing of grief. Hmm. I'm getting a strong suggestion from these cards that it's almost like at some point we simply have to take control of our thoughts. And I feel like you might be in that position. Um, that you might need to be more fair to yourself or someone else in your thoughts in order to make sure that you are treating either yourself or someone else with adequate compassion, okay? Because I've got the Queen of Cups with the Justice card, the Knight of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. And so I feel like you might be letting your emotions run away with you a little bit, and that it might help to temper that by by instilling some boundaries for yourself in how. Okay, so I'm almost feeling like I don't want this to come out negatively, but you may be allowing yourself to kind of go down that hole and then staying there instead of just allowing the emotion to flow through. I know that's really easy for me to say, harder to do in practice, but it's important to feel the grief. It's important also to let it flow through and then let it go and stop reliving it. I almost feel this feeling of reliving it. Um, and I almost from these cards, I'm almost getting a vibe of cut it out. I don't mean to make light of that at all. However, that is kind of what I'm getting here. That um, you may be allowing yourself to go too far into emotional imbalance, and you can actually help yourself um, by giving yourself some boundaries and kind of like saying to yourself, you need to take a step forward. We are going to do this right now. This is how. And the first thing I'm trying to get from them, what's the first thing they want you to do? Um, okay, so they're going through the process of, is this real? So they want you to ask yourself the question, is this real? And whatever that means to you, like if it has to do with the way that the ending occurred, or um, the feelings that you continue to have, like, did it really occur in this way, or am I just emotionally attached to it? Or do I still have these feelings, or am I just emotionally attached to having this feeling? I hope this is making some sense, because I'm just getting the impression that it's almost like you're emotionally attached to the emotional attachment, and that's creating this whole mess for you. Okay. And so you need to detach from that emotional attachment, which sounds like it should be it sounds like it's much easier for me to say than it is to do. Give me some feedback if you can on that, because the feeling is very strong. I don't know if I'm explaining it well. Okay. Let's see. Um, mm, Thank you guys so much. Such great compliments. I just really appreciate that. Let's see here. Okay. I actually would like to wrap this up in the next 5 minutes. E. Doyle, if you have a question, go ahead and send it through. Lana, I will answer your question, and then I think that's, oh no, and then Shadow has one. I'll answer those 3 questions, and then I'm going to wrap it up, okay? So, Jody, if you're still on, if you could let anybody else know that asked a question, that we will catch them next time if they join our live, okay? All right, so Lana, I'm trying to reprogram being able to receive. I'm recovering from a brain injury in tornado 4 years ago. Could you provide any guidance? Also starting business and letting it flow. All right. I will get the traveler's question also, because he was probably sending it through while I was saying that, since this is on such a delay. Let's see here. All right, Lana, I've got 3 cards for you. Okay. This is interesting. So the first card that came out is the Devil. That to me really feels like it relates back to your reprogramming yourself to be able to receive, because that for so many people, especially people holding the divine feminine energy, has been a huge issue. And that's something that our society has literally like trained us out of, okay? Trained everyone out of, because we all have divine feminine energy within us. And so it's like we have all been taught to be go-getters, to go out there and get it, which is fine, but we want to balance that with our receiving. Okay. I do feel like that there is a good chance that you are successful with that, because you have the Fool coming up with the 2 of Cups. And for me, that's like a new, setting out on a new path to what you want. And this is receiving that other cup, whether this really is like a relationship person or this is your new business. This is receiving that other cup. So I feel that you are doing your work to close this this energetic cycle here. Let's see. Oh, good, Katie. I am so glad that that helped, because it was a really clear message. And I was like, this really sounds mean. I don't want to be mean. But the guides always know what you need when you need it. Let's see. Lana and Shadow Keaton too. What messages do my guides have for me at this time? I've been feeling like I get mixed feelings and lack of clarity. Okay. What messages for you? Are also a Kayla, right? Shadow Keaton too. I think I saw you said that. I just heard easy does it for you with this card that just came out. Let's see what else comes out. Thank you, Katie. I appreciate that. Woo! All right. That's quite a lot. So I'm going to set these aside in case there's an additional message. I'm going to take these first 3, which are the I'm sorry, the Knight of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Seven of Swords. And so I feel like you are trying to overcome something big. And I feel like because this came out so long before everything else, yeah, I love that too, Lana. It's my favorite. That this is the main message. And what they said to me loud and clear when it came out was easy does it. And I think that you are moving forward in the right direction for overcoming whatever restriction or like whatever buried like wounding you have, or I'm almost feeling with these two coming up here that there's some kind of like dogmatic thing you're trying to overcome, whatever that is. Either it's something you learned in school, something that, you know, society has taught you, something your parents taught you, something. You're on your way, you're doing it. It's just slow moving. And, but you should know that you are making progress, and you are, it is having an effect with the pentacles and the grounding from this card. I really feel like it's having effect on your life, even if it seems minute, and it might be moving slowly enough that you're not seeing the progress, but it is big progress. Okay. All the knights move forward. And so you're always moving. You're always making progress. Even if you're not really feeling it right now, you are getting there. Okay. Briefly, just looking at these cards. Yeah, it starts with a lot of struggle, but it ends in the Empress. It ends in actually victory in the Empress. So you're going to get to a place. Here's the two. You're getting through the struggle. Then eventually you're going to pick something. You're going to pick a way. Okay, make a decision, and you're going to have this victory, and have created within yourself this abundant life, or abundant self, basically, as the Empress yourself, that which is completely balanced, you know. So you're doing great. Just keep doing what you're doing is kind of the energy I'm getting here. Let's see. I think I might just have one more left. And the Traveler. One question. I have a legal fight. Would it come soon? Traveler's legal fight coming soon. You have the King of Swords coming up, so I feel like there is a good chance that that is coming in due process. They're saying due process, and in the right timing. So like, it's not really suggesting quickly, but it's also not suggesting dragging the feet, just like that it's in the right time. Sorry, I have a moth in here. I do feel that there's a chance that you know, with the king coming up, I feel like there's a chance that you will do well. I don't know what the fight's about or anything like that. I do feel like justice will be served. Okay, so whatever that means, not knowing what the subject is, I feel that justice will be done in some way. Yeah, actually, here's the Eight of Wands. I think it probably is coming in soon. Okay, might even be a fast-moving process. I'm not sure. Something is moving fast, whether it's coming in quickly. And I think that that is likely with the Eight of Wands. Yeah, and the Hierophant coming up. So that to me is also process, and deliberation, and structure. So I think that it is coming in quickly. You probably will have a fairly quick decision, at least I hope so, and that it should be fair. Okay. All right. Thank you guys all so much. I'm going to wrap it up for tonight. And I hope you'll join me. I'm hoping to do this every Thursday. No guarantees yet, but I'm hoping to do it. So please do keep an eye out, and I hope you'll keep joining me. Good night, you guys. And please like if you haven't already, and share and subscribe and all that good stuff. All right. Love you all. And thanks to my moderators. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.